Well, I was just kind of taking my sips of coffee as I opened up this video, but there's little things I've come to show along on. I told you in the last video about a step I took on the last Santa in the video that I was going to take on the other during the time in between videos, which I did. And there was another step I took on one in between videos, which I'll be demonstrating here how I'll do it on the other one. But I finally had to shave off around here to kind of make the area in between the ruffle and the hood to kind of make the ruffle stick out a little more and the hood a little thinner, and the area at the top of the head where the ruffle separates from the hood, making the little point in the back. So we're gonna kind of go about these same steps in this one too, and I've kind of, will say I've got the way to do it. There's a little place here where we're going to try to carve along this little step and make it so it'll be a little more work than you want it to be, and not quite just thinking too much, talking to myself too much like I do. But I will say I've come this little place here where, first of all, you kind of have to make the separation and the rounding off like I just did at the shoulder. So this is kind of how it's going to go, making the little place here where I cut the wood out, and kind of got another little place to take along, and it's a little place where we're going to try to get a little work done inside of it and kind of make the little cut to the coat. And when we kind of work into this, kind of make it so it's going to come a little rounder. And I'd say, of all things, you know, it was just a little place where this little cut was made, and kind of, as you will see, the place where we finally got the separation made along here, along the front of the arm. And there's a little place that probably didn't come out the first time, but we can kind of take it through to the hood, and with this little bit of work we got here, kind of make it so it comes just the way it shall be supposed to. And I'd say with the work as it's come along, we're getting a further way to it, and there's other things we're going to do later. But here you can see where I've already cut out the lines here, and we're going to shave along this area too, right here on the side, to kind of make the hood be a little flatter and the ruffle to stick out a little more. So that's the area we kind of take care of here next. There's little things that are going to advance in life the little bit of further we take it in life, and I say that there's a little time when we meet our success. For years I had carved these things and worked into them in all different kinds of ways, so there's little things to show when it comes down to the next piece of work. And this is where we're going to try to take it along. You got the place here. got it right in where it needs to be, I say that this little bit is what shall come next, and I say the hood is going to be what's going to work out so much better here. Got little measures to take to get the wood out to the side, and a little more work shall come to make this thing a little better and nicer and a little easier to do. I say that we're coming a little further along the way, making it so it kind of makes a little race for us. I say that here we're coming along. Now we've already kind of gotten along to the sides of the ruffle on the hood, and we're going to try to take a little trim up to the top here and try to carve a little bit of a place in to make the hood a little deeper so that it separates the point from the rest. And little time and work done into this is going to make it ethical. I say that some work kind of comes out a little better than others, and sometimes occasionally it looks like trash. Well, here we got it now. I think I'm going to try to trim a little bit off the front of the ruffles on each and try to make it come out a little thinner. And while I'm at this, I think I'm going to do a little work and try to, with the bottom ruffle, try to round it off on one. So I tell you, we can do this with a slightly duller knife. So we've kind of got the trim to do along here. This may not be the order in which I'd usually take the steps, but just giving you all a little demonstration of how it gets to be done in life. So I say with a little time and work, we're going to make it after all. So this is the way it shall come along when we put the extra work to come along in it. I say the Santa makes itself so it's bright and kind and nice and all, and I say this is just what it all will come down to being in the very end. In my days, I've been a lot of things that y'all may not have always known me to be. You may not have always known who I was or what I was, but I say that we kind of get a little bit better at living life the older we get and see things from a whole different perspective. You see, I've kind of rounded it off at the top, and right along the bottom of it, it needs to be rounded off as well. So that's a little step we have to take here. And with this video kind of coming out a little shorter, this is how it shall be. And I say that little time just to round things off a little more makes it come out so it's so much better than it would quite otherwise be. So it doesn't take too sharp a knife to do this part, but we're going to get it through, we're going to get it done, we're going to make it so it comes out so much better. And as you will see, here is just the way that it goes, I say that Santa shall be bright in all things and make us all see a little good in us and brighten us in ways. And now, finally come this far along. So, we're going to cut the video right about here and take a little time just to kind of do a little uploading work, and then we're going to come back on and be back. This is a brand new thumb protector I just made out of the bandage, so that's something where it's going to take it a while to get it off, which I just did. But as for now, I'm going to stop the video and say goodbye and see you in the next one.